Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Saturday edition. This is the Visionary Founders half hour today. We're going to do our best to keep this a little bit light today and keep it to maybe 30 minutes. We'll do our best. And I'm happy to report that, yes, I am breathing, because a moment ago when we were sitting here before we went live on the air, all of a sudden I hear Greg Chambers in my ear. It says, "Joe, I can hear you." I'm like, "Really? I'm being quiet as a mouse over here." He's like, "I can hear you breathing." I'm like, "Well, thank goodness I am breathing." Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to welcome you. This is day 20. I was doing a little calculations here this morning. This is day number 20 in a row, the 20th day that we have come to you live. Okay, over the last 20 days, we have been here either on the radio most of the time or on a webinar a lot of the time. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we've been on radio and on a webinar twice a day, going back 20 days. Tomorrow, we rest. Tomorrow is like day 7. What does it say in the Bible? Okay, we're resting tomorrow. Except for the customer service people, those individuals who are responsible for the support tickets. We're going to make sure that we just continue those guys, that team of people, continuing through to get the resolutions that you guys have been looking for, who have been sending in support tickets. Listen, let me give you a couple quick things, housekeeping things I want to put out here this morning. As I said, this is the Traffic Authority Visionary Founders Hour. We're going to keep it to maybe 30 minutes today. We'll do our best. And I want you guys to know that this broadcast, we come to you live every 6 days a week, actually. 5 days a week at 11 a.m., and then on Saturdays it's at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And it's at radioleverage.com. I know most of you guys know that, but we did get about another 100 or 2 people join us since midnight. So, you know, for the benefit of those of you who are hearing this for the very first time, quick reminder, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, we are here. Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern, we are here at radioleverage.com. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can find us on the webinars. Now, in a moment, I'm going to give you guys some very important URLs, so get out a pencil and a paper, okay, because I'm going to give you some URLs, and I'm going to give you an assignment, some things that you can be doing over the weekend, because come Tuesday, it's going to get a little bit more aggressive around here. I'm going to get Greg out here in a moment. Greg and Doug are with me. I'm going to ask Greg to maybe comment a little bit about what is going on as far as that traffic, okay? I know some people are still like, ready to roll. And we're going to be having just a general conversation this morning. We're just going to keep it kind of light and loose, as I said. But now that I've asked you to write, I've asked you to write some stuff down. And here's what I want you to write down. The first thing I want you to write down is trafficweblive.net. 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 Now, that is where the replays are right now for the webinar that took place on Thursday night. That webinar is really, really good. People are using that webinar and they are making sales. And here's why. Because at the conclusion, when you get deep into the webinar, probably the last 10 minutes, there is a discussion about the vision, about where we are really going to go with our community, with this company. We're all part of something really, really big. And at the very tail end of that webinar, that was just very, very, it was just like unscripted, a conversation. And Vincent Ortega was the guy who kind of threw out the first soft pitch, for Adam to hit. So it's really, really well done. Again, it's trafficweblive.net. I'm going to urge you guys, as you go through this holiday weekend here in North America, if you have people in your warm market, let them see that, okay? Maybe they haven't joined you yet. Send them a link to trafficweblive.net because it says so much. All the founders are there. I'm there. Adam is there. And it's specific. We go into some details. And I'm really excited about it because the details, the website was live. So you may have people who are considering Traffic Authority, and I'm sure that, I would say this. Anyone who really gets what Traffic Authority represents and where it's going will join our business. And if you have people who have yet to get started with you, maybe they've taken a look, they're kicking the tires, send them to trafficweblive.net. where they can see and hear from the founders, hear and see the vision. We have fun. They will see that it is actually something that's light, but then they will see really what this back office is. This morning I was reading a post from a guy, Earl. Thank you, Earl, for talking about, the value of the content and the videos in the training. The next URL I'm going to give you right now. Are you ready? Are you ready? It is trafficauthority.net/login.php. That is the login to your member back office, okay? There's another. I'm going to give you one more, so stand by. But again, write that down in case you guys, I know people are going, I can't find my site. My back office isn't up. I see those people that are out there. So here's where you go. If you want to log in, and this is your assignment for the weekend, I want you to log in to trafficauthority.net/login.php. There it is. That's your member back office. And here is your mission. Here is your assignment for the holiday weekend. Go through every single video. Go through the whole process. Go through every single video and then write your questions down. Okay, go through the whole process. Watch every video. Set the system up properly. Get your integration done with your get response. Go through the entire thing. Go through all of the compliance. Go through building your business plan and creating your vision. Go through all of this stuff. And then I give you permission to come back on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and ask a question. This morning you're just going to be hearing from Doug and Greg. I'm going to get to them in a moment. So that's your assignment for this weekend, is go through that whole member back office and be prepared to be blown away. I see right now from looking on Facebook that there are many people who are just, they're so excited, and I'm one of those individuals. I'm so excited to finally have a solution, to really be able to make some of this money. I'm so excited about it. And so we have a tendency to go, oh, just give me my marketing links. Just where are the links? I had a friend of mine over at my condo yesterday, and she was going, oh, this is amazing. I signed up. Now, where are the links? Where are the links? I want to start sending emails. I'm like, how about you go through the entire site? How about this? How about you set it up properly and go through and then begin sending your links? So that's your assignment this weekend. Go through every single video, set up your business, and then we will be able to answer your questions. And that will take place on Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. Also, okay, there's one more site. Are you ready? And this is one more site. It's trafficauthority.net/join. Now that is actually your join site, right? That is still live. That is still working. Okay, that site is still working, and you'll have access to that site. Okay, that site is still that is the pre-launch site where there's the videos. There's a webinar there that is still doing very, very well. And Greg, yes, thank you very much, Doug and Greg. Doug and Greg are having a little conversation. Doug and Greg they're reminding. I feel like I'm the dad driving in the car, and Doug and Greg are the two brothers in the back seat that are wrestling around. And I feel like I remember my father, right? I feel like steering with the left hand, and then taking my right hand and reaching behind it and going, settle down, boys, settle down. My dad used to do that to me and my brothers, right? Going to the ball game, we'd be in the back seat wrestling around, and my dad he'd have his left hand on the steering wheel, and his right hand would be hanging over the seat, and he'd be slapping back. Settle down, you guys, settle down. Greg and Doug.
Dad, are we there yet?
All right, last thing before I get Greg and Doug out here, we're going to get Doug first today. Greg is going to be the cleanup hitter today. Here's what we're going to do, okay? The last thing I want to report to you guys is the support tickets. Now, when you go to the join site, you log into your join site. You have two sites, right? You have your trafficauthority.net/your username or join. That's your pre-launch site. And then you have your member back office, which is trafficauthority.net/login.php. Those are two sites. You have two sites. And if you go to the join site, there's frequently asked questions there, okay? And we'll be getting those updated. There's so many things still going. But those frequently asked questions are the most frequently asked questions. Make sure that you go there before you send in a support ticket. Before you send in a support ticket, go to the FAQs. And maybe you can just very subtly and elegantly ask a question on the Facebook page, because we have people in there. We have moderators who are up to the minute answering questions around the world. And if you've sent in a support ticket, if you've already sent it in, we got it. We have your support ticket. Sending in another one. I see people on Facebook, I've sent 5 requests. Well, all of you have done by sending in 5 requests is pile on to this group of individuals that's doing their best to manage these support tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, we are part of a movement. We have got 16,000 people on Facebook. 60,000 plus have joined us. I mean, there's a lot going on here. So, we're doing our best, and the team will be working through the weekend. All right. That's what I got for you this morning. Let me get, we're going to keep it light. I've eaten up 10 minutes. So I guess, Doug, you've got 10, and Greg, you've got 10. I know, Greg, you want to bat clean up today. So, Doug, get out here, man. What's up with Doug Wellens today?
Hey, Joe. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever the heck you are all over the world, people. Mm-hmm. Joe, I'm doing really well, man. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning just because I'm constantly running out of time, okay? But it's a good thing, right? But I did at 5 o'clock this morning and build a performer for one of our financial people behind the scenes. And, you do those things, right? But in creating the balance in my lifestyle, guess what I did? I still went to the farmer's market, which I do every Saturday morning, and go get all those good vegetables that are organic and healthy and, fruits and stuff like that. So, hey, Joe, awesome. You can hear me clearly, right? Because I got my headset on.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear, Mr. Wellens.
Awesome, fantastic. Well, Joe, you posed a really fantastic question to me and Greg this morning, and you asked us really simply, what have we learned in the month of August? And I have to believe that there's a lot of people on this call here this morning with us, and that will listen down the road, in streaming mode, that have been with us throughout the month of August, and everybody's learned something, a lot of things. And I'm just going to share with you my little, 12 or so tidbits of things that I learned as we went through this dynamic period in our lives. And folks, just understand, the dynamic period is perpetual. It's dynamic, and it's not going to stop. It's just going forward. We are like this big, huge planet right now, just in orbit, okay? And we've got our own, solar system kind of moving around thing in the hemispheres and all that, but we're going. But here's what I learned, Joe. Number one, Joe, programmers are absolutely amazing freaks, man. I mean, I was chatting with Carl the other day, and Carl's the guy that we have. He's new to the team, but he's been with us here, for most of 2015. And Carl, it was so funny, man. We were chatting the other day, and it was like Wednesday or something. And by the way, we just had to cut Carl a check, for what he's done over the last week here, because he gets paid, real money. And man, it was like 96 hours for 1 week, quantify that to what most people go out and work, 40, 50 hours or so. 96 hours in 1 week, and he told me Wednesday morning after being up for like 31 hours straight, he finally collapsed and fell asleep on his keyboard, and he got up maybe 4 hours later somehow, some way, because he realized he was like really uncomfortable, and he got up and ran over to the bathroom, to go do his thing, and he noticed the number 5 key was like stuck to his forehead. Okay, I mean, it was that kind of a moment. Okay, but this is what all these guys are doing for us right now. It's just incredible, and it's more than just Carl and Chad and Juan and Marcella and Jason, and it's just going crazy, man. So number 2, dude, killer copy converts, okay? I mean, let's face it, we have been hearing from all over the globe, okay? And I'm going to tell you, people have come out and just called me clear out of the blue like, everybody's talking about Traffic Authority. Oh, my gosh, you guys have the hottest, best offer on the planet. And you got something really great when you haven't heard from somebody in like 2 years, and they call you up and they're like, boom, 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 oh my gosh, it's incredible. So yeah, this copy is killer, guys. And you know what? We haven't even really gone out yet with the full launch copy. Just wait till that hits, okay? If you think August was nuts, just wait until we sit around the campfire here towards the end of the year, and we're talking about this entire fall, because we're in the middle of this movement, guys, that is just going to blow you away. Number 3, action plans need constant tweaking. So, guys, I'm going to tell you that we've got this war room, this virtual war room, okay, of all of us, brainstormers behind the scenes here, right? We've got our own little war room on Skype, right, where we're just going at it all day and all night with ideas. And you can never really be set in your ways on anything. You might be set in your ways on your principles and your beliefs, and what you value, right? But when it comes to business and when it comes to making plans like we have made here, right, for 2015 and beyond, you've got to be flexible. You've got to understand that you have to tweak things along the way, because for some reason, sometimes, this little round thing doesn't always fit in this square thing, But you get the point, okay? We've got some big action plans here. You've heard from Greg throughout the week here and the month here, and Joe and Adam and myself, and we're going to tell you that, quite frankly, you haven't even seen the real big, humongous action plan. I mean, I'm talking about the master blueprint that's on the wall yet, right? You're only in the middle of a little bit of what's going on here, and already it's so sweet. So number 4, Joe, you know this, man. People with great intentions win every single time. And I can tell you, just sitting back and reflecting over the last, 8 months or so, now almost 9 months here, with the group of people, the guys that we've got together on this amazing team, this is by far and away the best team I have ever had the pleasure of coming together and working with. And I think everybody on the team can say just that. It's an amazing amount of energy and effort and resilience. And I just see it. We all have great intentions to do the right things every single day, from the time our feet hit the ground to the time our head hits the pillow. And sometimes, that isn't always in the course of 24 hours, because I've seen some of these guys literally go for 30 plus, okay? Now, for me, I have to tell you, no lie, I need my beauty sleep, or I'm not fit to live with. So it's been a couple of long days and nights for me too, but for the most part, I enjoy, at least 7 hours a day here. Hey, Joe, this is something that's going to hit home with some things you talked about a little earlier, and that is I think adults have forgotten how to play Simon Says, right? So you remember as a kid, we all played the game Simon Says, right? Simon says this, Simon says that, go do this, go do that, and you get yourself in trouble, right? Well, I can already see it, and so can you, and we've already mentioned a few things here today and throughout the weeks and month here or so, but just a couple of reminders, guys, with something like that, I got a call yesterday from the folks at iPayout, as an example, and they said, Anna, our rep, she goes, Doug, you got to do me a favor. You got to tell your people to please stop calling our corporate office, because it's you guys that are going to be setting up the e-wallet. It's not us guys, right? So iPayout doesn't do that, folks. So don't call them. I'm telling you right now, Simon Says, do not call iPayout for any customer support in relation to getting your e-wallet up and going. Got it? It's not going to happen. It's going to happen from us and through us. And the same thing with what Joe said just a minute ago. Simon Says, do not submit any more than one ticket as it relates to one problem that you may be having, okay? That's just it right there. And then the last point about this little Simon Says game we're playing, as Joe said just a minute ago before he turned it over to me, Simon Says go through your entire system. And here's why. One day you're expecting, right? You are expecting to have a team underneath you. Each and every one of you are going to have a team underneath you. And the first time one of your team members comes over and says, hey, how do you do this? And you think to yourself, well, I don't know. I really didn't go through the system correctly. I heard what Joe said, but I didn't do that, No, you've got to do it. You've got to start at A and get to Z like everybody else, okay? But we want you to become system dependent. So I have learned more importantly over the course of the month of August, that my dad used to say, I think all dads used to say, or parents anyway, don't do as I do as I say, right? Joe, you remember those? Don't do as I do, do as I say, right? Well, we're telling you, definitely go through the whole system. Number 6, when all else fails, riding the horse, because eventually you're going to cross the finish line. And, you saw that, okay, if you were with us back at the start of the pre-launch, okay, you saw the horse just kind of, buckle just a little bit, stumble just a little bit, whatever you want to call it, right? And we kept on going. We got right back on, and we charged ahead. We did that on the 5th. We did that on the 19th, and we did it again just this past week, and we're going all the way across the finish line because we can see the outcome. Before it's ever even really manifested before our eyes, we already have seen the outcome. Just understand that because we've all been here before, okay? So number 7, I'm going to tell you this just flat out, and you just have to believe me when I say this, okay? Everything will work out. Everything will work itself out. I guarantee you, okay? And more importantly, how I know that is because I keep telling the universe that. No matter what it is in my life, whatever it is, Greg will tell you, we were just talking about this the other day, I always say everything works out for me, okay? It's that glass is half full, only it's extreme, okay? It's extreme in my life. And that's the personal development side of what I've been able to grasp a hold of since 2004, since meeting Joe and Greg, okay? So just believe me when I say this. Everything will work itself out, and everything is going to work out for you. But you have to also believe that and just tell the universe that, okay? So number 8, never, ever burn a bridge. And I learned that in the month of August like you cannot even imagine, okay? Because there was a marketer that was with us back, 3-4 years ago, and I don't know if he's listening to the call right now or not, and that's okay. He knows, I know, we're all good. And we didn't always see eye to eye. But, I let it go. I just let it go, right? And he came back and he called during the month of August just with his hand out. Not his hand out, but his heart out, really. I didn't mean it like hand, but his heart out, okay? Because he knew what we had done was the greatest thing that he had ever seen before. And this guy is a top systems building guy. And he was so PO'd. I told this story a couple days ago. And he was so PO'd because we put it together that he had to drop everything that's on his plate and pursue this thing full time because he knows what's about to happen here. And then he literally walked in the door, a couple of guys with a few million people underneath another network marketing team under them. And had I been a butthole, to this guy a few years ago, I don't know if he would have come back, but I'm not like that. And so I said this really early on, like close to August the 5th, when we first started this whole thing. I said, make sure you show up with your coolness every single day. Because I'm just telling you, those are the only people that we really want to be associated with is cool people, okay? You keep your cool, you're going to get anything out of us, just about. But I'm telling you, we will go through brick walls to hang around with cool people, okay? And you know that because that's really all you want to hang around with is cool people. Number 10. I think I'm on number 10 here. I'm on number 9. I never number these things, by the way. That's the very first time I've numbered it in probably a really super huge long time. That'll be something
you got that from me.
I did. I got that from you, Greg. I had to think about this question. It's taken me a little while this morning to reflect on everything, guys. It's been that kind of a morning. So number 9, people will rally around leadership all day long. And guys, I really got to expect that you're seeing leadership right here take control of everything. And I'm not talking about just right here on this call right now, but this entire company, this entire opportunity is just made for leadership. And you're seeing it rise all the time. You've seen guys like Devon on our webinars and Vince and Eric and Mac and Adam and Joe and Greg and myself and so many other countless people that you haven't even seen before, okay, all the people that posted a video, okay, on the Facebook group, man, my hat's off to each and every one of you, okay? That is leadership at its finest. I saw a wonderful woman today, and she already got my vote, by the way, for the iPad that's coming up here, okay? I already cast my vote. She got it. And she was so sweet, but, she demonstrated, and I apologize. I don't recall her name. Maybe, Joe, you can pull it out here, but she demonstrated that anybody can do this, and anybody with a little bit of heart and a little bit of talent, or maybe it's a huge amount of heart and just a little bit of talent, you'll have to figure it out when you see it, can do this business. And she's already made a couple of $1,000 here that's credited to her account. So I am just thrilled to be able to get that out to her right away here. All right, my computer just went off here, and here it comes back up here. It's going to take a second here to my monitor. Sorry, guys. Rhea Sutton. Is that what it is? Yeah, Rhea.
Yep, that's the video. Rhea Sutton.
Yeah, Rhea Sutton. Gosh, I love that video, man. Guys, go out and put a video out there and demonstrate your leadership. Because as we've all said, facts tell, stories sell. And the reason why we put that whole entire extra Facebook video section up there was so you could do just that, right? Show the world who we are, who you are, and showcase a world-class opportunity. All right, so number 10. Listen, this was a tough one, okay, in the month of August, I assure you. But you've always got to meet people in the middle, okay? Because the moment you slam something at somebody or you get them to only, go on your side of the table, it's never going to work, right? And we've come together as a big, huge collective joint venture partnership here. There's a lot of guys at the table here, and I respect every single one of them, their ideas, their creativity, their intentions, their heart. And it's just been a wonderful experience to work with Adam and Matt and Ben and John. And then just getting together everybody here. We are excited to be able to bring this opportunity to you guys each and every day here. Number 11. Guys, there's some crazy nuts on Facebook. I'm going to tell you that right now. I've never really been much of a Facebook guy, but I can tell you right now, there are some crazy nuts on Facebook, and we've had to ban a few people. I just looked this morning. We banned 170 people out of the 16,000-plus people that have come through the doors over there at Facebook, right? We've banned 170 people, and it's not because we want to or have to or need to, but, maybe we do, Do me a favor. Do all of us a favor. Just mind your P's and Q's. Respect your friends that are out there. Respect your tribe that's doing everything they can possibly do to make this the best possible place it can be. And then lastly, Joe, I say this all the time, and if you hang around me long enough, you'll hear it too, and hopefully you'll get it in your mind. And that is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I believe we've demonstrated that each and every day around here. You heard Joe, we've been going at it 7 days a week nonstop since, just the last 10, 12, 15 days. I mean, we've just 7 days a week nonstop. But we're never going to leave anybody behind, okay? But we do expect you guys to put out every bit of energy and effort that you can to help yourself too, okay? And we'll always be true to our word to you guys, okay, and to ourselves. So that's what you're going to get out of us each and every day we show up. Please also show up. So, Joe, that's what I got for August, man, and I know it's going to carry us forward to the balance of the year. I'm excited to be out here with you today, man, and you too, Greg. You guys are awesome. Greg, I know you've probably got a list of 200 things if I only pulled 12 out here, man.
Well, listen, Doug, before I get to Greg, I have two things I want to say. The first thing is, boom shakalaka. That's exactly. I'm getting chill bumps listening to you talk. Do you know we're out here for 20 days in a row, and it's very technical, and people are asking specific questions related to their e-wallet account, and they got a problem with this, and we get into this discussion. But it is so refreshing to hear from another level, what really is going on for you. And so thank you for this. I always say that when the student is ready, the teacher just shows up. And you took me to school here this morning, bro. And there's one other thing I want to say. I've always said over the years that 100% is all that there is. But something came up for me today, which is so bizarre. When I added the number of people who watch our webinars live to the number of people who watch our webinars after the fact, it's more than 100%. How is that possible?
I don't know.
It's crazy. It is true. It's the truth, man.
They're watching twice, dude.
Is that what it is? Listen, Greg Chambers, come on out here, man. Let's hear what you're thinking about, bro.
Holy smokes! Doug did such a great job. I'm going to just say that. I'm sorry, Joe. What was actually the question? What have we learned?
Yeah,
I learned what Doug learned. Doug, you killed it. That was really great. And I just want to start out by talking a little bit about what I learned in the last 2 weeks, specifically because my wife has been gone. I've learned two things. One is there's not a safe blueberry muffin in the entire state of Arizona, and you really can eat pizza 4 to 5 times a week. I have proven it this week.
Oh, dude,
okay, except for those things. Okay, so let's talk about what we really have learned, because it has been such an exciting 4 weeks. I mean, you guys, it has just been, it has just been a life-changing, 4 weeks. And, basically, I just want to share with folks, I've been self-employed, for 20 years. And of those 20 years, the first 12 of them, I was really, by myself without partners, so I wore different hats. I always kind of considered myself the head minion, but what I've really learned over the last really 30 days is that being part of a killer team, really is the life-changing event and really the awesome piece. And I want to just talk about this a little bit because Doug also talked about this a little bit, but I was on the phone with my mom, last night, and I was just sharing with her, what an incredible experience this, past 4 weeks and the pre-launch, and of course, really even the 5 or 6 months before that, because we've been working on this, for a long time. I'm going to be turning 50 here next March, and I actually feel, right now in my life, I'm more excited about the future than I have ever been, and this has everything to do with what's happening here. It has everything to do with this tremendous group of people, who are, coming together in this, this really traffic authority movement. And, I guess I kind of was just sharing with my mom, I really feel that I'm moving closer to my true potential. And, I got off the phone with her and I started reflecting, really why that is. Why do I feel more positive now? And, why is it that I feel like I'm moving closer to my potential? And, the real reason for that is, there are 7 guys on the team outside for me, who are really, involved, in either the JV or direct ownership. And then there's another probably 20 to 30 people, who are supporting us on the staff level and the developmental level. And, the truth is they are just pushing, they're pushing us all to a entirely different level. And, I can't remember, being pushed this hard. I mean, this entire group has literally worked, the last 21 days straight. There's not been a Saturday or Sunday off. I think I heard Joe say, praise the Lord. We finally have a Sunday without, a webinar. It's really going to be the first time. Tomorrow is the first time we're going to have, really a day off from that in some time. And so, again, I guess the best way to put this is, really I've experienced being pushed, out of my comfort zone. In fact, I feel like I've been pushed into the next zip code. It's just, which this is an incredible feeling. And I guess what I really want to do is bring this home, really share with you guys, why that's important. Because I really believe every single person, inside Traffic Authority has this same opportunity. You are joining a team. You are joining a team, something that's greater than any of us can be by ourselves. And, I'm here to tell you, be open to having one of the very best experiences in your life. Because I can tell you right now, you're going to be pushed. You're going to have the ability to learn new skills. And if you really take this business seriously, you're going to change your life in ways it's very difficult to imagine at this point, because you'll find yourself thinking and feeling and believing that your best days are in front of you. And I just got to tell you guys, when that mindset changes, when you start basically, just thinking that, wow, I can really see, that my life is changing for the better as I'm moving forward, and I can see it's going to get a lot better. And I want to be really clear. I'm not just talking about money here. Of course, there's an opportunity to earn huge money, and we all want that. But that's not enough. I'm here to tell you guys, there are people that make tons of money and are very unhappy. So I'm talking about, money in this case is going to be like it's going to be a side effect of the other things that are happening, because what I'm really talking about here is actually improving the quality of our lives. I mean, at the end of the day, how we think and how we feel and how we believe, it really determines if we're a good or happy person. I mean, those things to me are mission critical. And so here's just what I think is going to be happening. I think we're going to have the opportunity to build and create brand new lifetime relationships. And I really believe that we're going to have the opportunity to help people all around the world, because, I mean, at the end of the day, that's really what Traffic Authority does, whether you're talking about, done-for-you traffic packages, or whether you're talking about enhancing anyone's traffic, by using the incredible tool set, or whether you're talking about learning things in the academy, literally training up on the skills. What we're really talking about is helping people and helping people in their businesses. I mean, so that's very, very exciting. And, of course, along the way, I mean, you really have the ability to do, really kind of the number one thing, which is enhance your own skill set, which really, is all about building your own value. And, basically, you're going to be just growing and expanding and becoming a better marketer. I mean, all these things that will relate directly to, obviously, having income. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is, I don't know about you guys, but it's the enhancement in the quality of life that excites me the most, But let's just bring this, kind of all down to just a few things that really we need to do. So a few action steps, if you will, because that, kind of is, that's how I actually feel. That's what I've learned. But I do want to just go over four things, if we can, real quickly, just to really make, best use of this weekend. Because like Joe said, we've gotten a ton of questions. People want to know when the traffic patches are starting. We totally get that. And I just want to let everyone know who's ordered traffic. You have traffic pending. That traffic orders are going to be starting, as soon as the dashboard is complete. We really want you to be able to see what's happening. And, my gut feeling is Tuesday. Don't hold me to that exactly. But that's my gut feeling. People are working through this entire weekend to get that done. And I can just tell you, guys, from someone who has 20 years of experience, conversions are not the best on holiday weekends. So the fact that this is going to be happening, we're going to be starting up on Tuesday, really means you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck anyway. So but the packages will be starting, and one other thing I want to add to that is we're going to put them active into your back offices, but every single user will actually have complete control, and you will have to unpause your order in order to start it. You want to verify the URL, and there's things I'll be going over as we get closer to that day. But don't anyone worry about us starting your traffic and having any problems. Even the day the traffic starts, you will be the one ultimately hitting the button to start it. And then, Joe, I just want to go over three quick things here, because there are things that we can do while we're waiting, while we're waiting for the rest of the back office to come together and while we're waiting for traffic. And those three things, you guys, are just as simple. Number one, get back in that system startup area and, go through those free videos. You can set up your Get Response. I've actually done it. Just want to share one little thing that I learned yesterday. Thank you, Joe, very much for your help on this. That basically, when you're going through the video in the setup areas, number two is the email autoresponder portion. When you complete that video, it's going to reference that you will finish up your process, by going to your marketing links area inside your business center. So again, when you complete that aspect of your, when you complete that second video that talks about setting up your Get Response, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the reseller section, which is a little briefcase on the top menu, and you're going to want to click on the Business Center. And basically, when you get to Business Center, you're going to want to click on your marketing links. And inside marketing links, there are 3 little green buttons just down, just a little bit from the top of the page, and those green buttons are actually videos to play to connect the rest of your autoresponder. And so just play those 3, and what it's really going to do is it's going to take you from the video number 2 in the setup area, which really tells you, hey, go to GetResponse and purchase your account. If you've already done that or you already own an account, it's no problem. Then once you've completed the account portion, then you go over inside the marketing link section and, you play the 3 videos there, and it's about connecting your autoresponder and about then bringing back what's going to come down to your API code, which is kind of like it is really the ID of your GetResponse account, so we're able to download your autoresponder directly into your account. So, but definitely do that. I mean, get your autoresponder set up by all means, because when traffic starts, the last thing you want is, no autoresponders to go. Now, of course, if you don't do it, we will be sending autoresponders for you. But I just want to say that, that $15 a month is so little to actually have a place where you own your own list and where you really control your own list. Just do it. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then inside the system setup piece, eWallet's number 3. Unfortunately, we still cannot complete eWallet. We're hoping that that's really going to change any day. We're hoping that might come up, over the weekend. So the second that happens, we're going to let you know. But do the first 2 steps in setup, and then go to your business plan, which is number 3 of my 4 here, Joe. So I'm almost done blathering on. So number 3, complete your business plan. And, I just want to take a second on this because Adam really expanded on this. In fact, Adam really was nailing it this week. I hope you guys saw the webinars from both Tuesday and Thursday, because Adam on Tuesday was the first time he actually came out and he actually, was going through the back office, but then he actually shares, why he thought the business planning section was so important. And he said, he goes, I had been a successful entrepreneur before I had seen something like this. He goes, but what it did for me was, and the reason he's brought it here and made it even way better, he goes, what it did for me is, it allowed me to know exactly what I have to do to reach my goal every single month. And his, income goal happened to be $25,000 a month. That's what he needs, to fund his retirement, pay taxes, and, live his lifestyle. And basically what he did was he reverse engineered from that number, the number of sales that were needed, and, basically what he had to do on, a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to hit those numbers. And I just want to say, regardless of whether you're a brand new person or you're a super, super successful marketer, I would spend the hour, 2, 3, whatever it's going to take. The more time you spend here, the more benefit you're going to get. You guys, this is not for Traffic Authority. This is not for your upline or for your downline. This is for you and your family. Please spend some time on that business plan, because it's going to have a humongous impact on you. And I'm just going to share with you guys a little secret. I'm going to go read you this myself. I have done something similar in the past, but I'm going to spend the 2 or 3 hours this weekend because I think it's so important. I actually want to be right there with you guys. I'm going to actually go through it and actually do it. So you're going to be hearing probably from me next time I talk, maybe on Monday or next time we're on a webinar. I'm going to share some of the stuff that I'm personally doing. And then just the very last thing to do here, is go through that reseller training. There are some killer videos inside that reseller training. There's like a little intro area, and then underneath that there are 7 reseller training videos. And I'm just telling you guys, there's some content that talks about YouTube training and social media training. I have paid hundreds of dollars for courses and not gotten as good as content. So, I'm just saying, if you're here and you're in the back office of Traffic Authority, you're doing yourself a disservice by not getting over there and getting trained. Because even though we're going to have killer done for you, done for you traffic packages, do not skip stuff like this. You want to do everything. You want to do the done for you traffic, plus you want to be posting on Facebook, and plus you want to be doing the video stuff on YouTube. And there'll be so much more. There's just so much more stuff. So definitely, do those 3 things: system setup, business planning, and reseller training. You really get a huge amount of value from those things. And with that, Joe, back to you, my friend.
Well, listen, what I have learned, thank you very much, Greg Chambers, one of the things I have learned is that when the 3 of us get together and just start talking about vision and purpose, it's impossible to keep this into a 30-minute window. That's one of the things that I have learned. Absolutely, man. I want to thank you guys for coming out here this morning, Doug and Greg. And a couple of things that I have learned is that, you know what, people really do matter. We're in a data-driven world. But at the end of the day, it really is people truly caring about each other and extending a hand to each other. And this community that we are creating is representative of that. I can go on and on as I normally do, but right now I'm just going to cut it short and say I want to thank you guys for all of your patience. I've learned that people are very, very patient. I want to thank all of you guys for all of your dedication and your work. I want to thank all of you guys for your belief in this organization, in this community. But most importantly, I want to congratulate you on the belief that you have in yourself. You are in the right place at the right time with the right program, with the right leaders, with the right compensation plan. Trust and believe. The best is yet to come. Okay, we're going to sign off. We're going to be back live on Monday. It is a national holiday here in North America, but we are a worldwide opportunity. So we're going to be here Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what? If you have some questions, I see some people on Facebook. They have some questions, and there are some of you here in the queue that pressed 1. Here's a rule. On Saturdays, it's about the vision. It's about the founders. And questions will be answered Monday through Friday. But Saturdays, we just want to hear from the boys. So, again, I want to thank you, Doug. I want to thank you, Greg, Adam, Chad, Ben. There is a team that is just a remarkable group of individuals who really do understand, and they believe and they know that every single one of us should have the life and the money that we deserve. Thank you, guys. We'll be back on Monday. And an audio of this is going to be available in about 10 minutes. If you want to send somebody in here, I think it's a good idea to really send people here, because there's no spiel this morning. There's no selling. There's no rah-rah. Okay, it's just Doug and Greg talking about what really matters to them and to our community. Until Monday, you guys. What do they say in the hip-hop world? Peace out, everybody. Peace out.